Check.
Thanks for having me. All right. Well, we'll look at it.
All right, quick announcement before we get started and turn it over to Brian Lowe. Just want to let everybody know any future announcements that we make based on what's going to happen here this morning or this afternoon will be coming future weeks. So we will have no other announcement other than what's going on today. So turn it over to you.
Hold on, before we start,
You want me to see the first one?
yeah, we can remove it if you want.
I'm going to take a seat. So yes, we're here today. Big announcement for John Force Racing, joined of course by two-time Top Fuel World Champion Brittany Force. More than a decade's experience in the seat of a Top Fuel dragster, and has some significant news to bring to the world today. So the floor is yours.
After dedicating the last 13 years of my life to the NHRA, to John Force Racing, I made the difficult and very bittersweet decision to step out this at the end of the season to try to start a family with my husband Bobby. I'm thankful for such an amazing career and all the opportunities that have come along the way, and I'm thankful for all the success that I've had. Thank you to everyone who supported me and had my back throughout my career. Thank you to NHRA, thank you to the most amazing fans out there, and thank you to the sponsors, past and present. Thank you to Monster Energy, HinderCars.com, Cornwall Tools, Chevrolet, Pete, Graham Ray Hall Performance for allowing me to compete at the highest level of the sport.
You know, you're not a singular entity, right? You have a team, and you've been surrounded by teams, and you can see the camaraderie and the relationship that you've built with those teams over the years. So talk a little bit about the consideration of team and kind of everything that goes into making that decision.
I'm so grateful for my team and all the success that we've had over the years. However, I still know that there's so much out there for this David Grubnick, John Collins front team, and we are working to keep them together as one under the John Force Racing umbrella. I want to thank David Grubnick and John Collins for always pushing the limit and allowing us to achieve the impossible throughout the years. I want to thank every single one of my guys for their hard work, constant dedication to this car, this team, this sport, and always having my back through all of this, especially today's decision. And I love everything we've accomplished together, big and small. And I want to thank my team for always making these race tracks, being across the country, feel like home.
Speaking of home, you know, obviously family, whether it's your mom Lori that was kind of corralling the sisters and bringing them around the country to watch your dad race. Your dad, obviously, a guy who's, you know, coached you and maybe made you cringe a time or two and laugh. Family has been such a huge part of your involvement in drag racing. So again, to bring that kind of family element into your decision.
None of this would be possible without the love and support of my family. I want to thank my dad, John Force, for allowing me all of these opportunities. I know that so much, if not all of my success, is because of him. He's taught me everything in the world of NHRA drag racing and so many lessons along the way, so thank you for that. I also want to thank my mom for always having my back and always supporting me. She packs up a suitcase with me and goes on the road to every single racetrack, stands behind my car, and her support means more than she'll ever know. She's always the one person I can go to when I need someone to listen. I also want to thank my sisters, Adria, Ashley, and Courtney, for always having my back and for stepping into the sport of NHRA drag racing before me, so I can follow in their footsteps. I want to thank my husband, Bobby, for always keeping me grounded and always reminding me at the end of the day, good or bad, that what's most important, and that's family. Speaking of family, I'm here at John Force Racing. We've always been one family. We always will be one family. And I want to thank everyone at John Force Racing, every single employee, everyone who works under the John Force Racing umbrella, including my teammates, Jack Beckman, Austin Kopp. Thank you for always standing by John Force Racing through all of our transitional phases over the years. It means the world to us. Thank you for keeping John Force Racing a championship team, because here at John Force Racing we are one team.
There's a natural question that you're going to get, so I'm going to pull a whole shot on it. And that is this kind of a forever announcement, or is this a maybe in the future there's a chance you could continue on in the sport type of announcement?
I'm not closing the door to driving in the future, but that's definitely a decision for further down the road once I get there. Right now, my focus remains firmly on this season. My Monster Energy team, we're coming in to ready.
Yes.
We are 5th in points. We have 6 races left, and we're going to chase this thing down to the end.
So there you have it. Brittany Force announcing that at the end of 2026 she will step out of the Monster Energy Top Fuel Dragster, and I believe we'll take some questions. Don't all jump at once. David Kennedy.
Brittany, if it was just your championships, just your event wins, just the speed records alone, the car should be in a museum. And we would like it to be there, but do you have plans for the car? Will we see the car again, or should it come to NHRA Museum right after this season?
I've always been a driver. It looks like those days are past, but what I'm looking at is multi-car teams. So we'll be making an announcement when I'm bringing up. I'm even looking for 2 trailers. I sold them already, but just got a mindset that changed, my wife and I, and but there's an old saying that I kind of made up the other day. She'll be back. That was a joke. Are you listening? I didn't make that up, okay? But this is the last of my, Ashley stepped out. Her boys are driving. Courtney's got girls that want to go to IndyCar, and Brittany's my last shot. And I didn't want her to leave. We've argued over it. In fact, we argue all the time. But she's done a great job. Grubnick and those guys have done a great job. They're going to start winning now. Okay, that's my plan. But the truth is, the speed record shows you the car has the potential. And I'll get back to her.
Take your time.
I don't like.
We got all afternoon.
I don't like her talking about quit, but I know she had a plan and she got married and she's done all that. And I'm gonna grow my team. I've already started, and I'm gonna have more teams, and I'll have a place for her when she's ready. So you got 2 people to worry about, Beckman.
Brittany, obviously the decisions are not going to happen overnight. This is months and months of talking. Can you kind of fix your timeline of where this thought is from for stepping away and where the conversation with inside the Raiders and stepping on this?
It's definitely, being a female in the sport. It's always been in the back of my mind. We don't have the luxury, as most people do out here, that they could start a family if they want. I have to make the decision early on to step out of the seat, and make that decision before the season begins. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's been something, again, that's been on my mind for a very long time, and it just most recently has come up. In the last couple years, I've been thinking about it and really settled on this decision. We're middle of the season.
You're not alone in having this decision. Your sister went through this decision herself years ago. They had just kind of shifted back and doing the same thing. Have you talked to either agree with them about what their mindset was to do this and how much of that?
Yes, I've talked to my sisters, throughout, this entire transition, talking about it, leading up to it for the last few years. I talked to them and I, watched how they did it. I know it wasn't easy. They had to step out of the seat to try and start a family, and they didn't want to do that in the middle of the season and wreck the championship team. They wanted to, dedicate, focus everything on either starting a family or being out here with their team. And so that's the same process, the same way. I'm approaching everything, and again, it's been a very hard decision. It's not easy. I love this sport. I love NHRA drag racing, and I've loved, everything my team and I have accomplished over the years. But right now, I'm ready for this, next chapter of my life.
Well, most drivers, when they decide you're done, it's like when your career kind of falls off based on when you get championships. You're doing this, driving the fastest car in the history of the NHRA, and you're still one of the elite drivers in the entire series. Does that kind of make that decision a little bit harder to be second guess, knowing I can still do this and fighting for a championship as we speak?
Absolutely. It's this Monster Energy team, and everyone here at John Force Racing, everybody works so hard. They put everything into, these teams, these cars, and I'm so proud to be teamed up with them all. So yeah, it definitely does make that decision tougher. but I don't think, no matter how the cards fell, it was going to be a tough decision regardless.
I guess because it's kind of gone back a couple times and everybody's saying different things. I know that we're not talking about future stuff here, but the intention for John Force Racing is to try to keep the dragster out here in the future.
Yeah, Brittany mentioned that. She did mention the fact that the intention is to keep the team together and keep the car out. Yes.
Yeah, if you brought that up, I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't know. Brittany makes her own decisions, just like Ashley and just like Courtney. But years ago, and I've been real fortunate to make a lot of money in this sport, and I put some of it away. But I invested in a lot of properties in Indy and California and Lake Tahoe and stuff. My wife and I decided a year back, we gifted everything to all 4 of my girls. And not only money, not only cash that I put away. In fact, I had to borrow some money for Brittany just to buy buying trailers. So any trailers out there that you know of, let me know. But she's an owner, and it came up in a meeting the other day in dealing with one of her sponsors. They said, yeah, look, we don't want to lose her. And without thinking, I said, well, you're not losing her. If I fall over dead, she'll run all this up. And because the girls run the TV, Ashley does. Courtney's got her handful of girls, another one on the way. But I know they'll all come and help their dad because they love their mom and they love me. So I put her into a new program. What's that called?
MBA?
What?
MBA?
No, PSA. Because the sponsor said, but if she's not with us, and I said, well, she'll be with you forever because she owns it all. And I never thought about it all them years. I never told them, if I die tomorrow, she'll keep this thing afloat. Babies are not, okay? And the 3 girls will, and my daughter, Adra. So what I'm saying is, she's got a job here to help me run it, and trust me. She came here to this track 100 years ago, and I used to run them over and make my crew chief so mad to the swimming pool and promise to put them on the slide. And they would go up and do what they did, and then we'd run back here to try to qualify. But they know this world. They've grown up in it, all of them. And so I'm excited that this will live on through them. Why do you want to quit? You make good money, so anyway, thanks for the trailers. It's coming.
And with that, if we want to have some one-on-one time with Brittany, I'm sure she can make herself available, but thank you all for coming out today. And Brittany, sister, congratulations on making this next step in your life.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.